a photo, so.
Play.
Okay, today we're gonna fit the oliveri farmhouse sink.
And today we have my sister, Maisie.
Give me a hand today.
Yep.
So there's a couple of different ways we can mount this sink. It has two different radiuses for the front edge. So for the first option, we have a 40mm front edge, which is a lot rounder. It should sit, according to the instructions, this one here around 52mm out from the base cabinet. So as you can see, come back here, Finn, bring it back here. So you can see how far out that's going to sit. And then the bench top will actually come over the top of the sink and finish there. So that's the actual sink in a photo. So today what we're going to do is we're going to cut some support timbers to raise the sink up to just below the bench top. We're going to drill a hole in the base cupboard for the waste and jigsaw the front panel out. So, what's in there? What's that? Is that the hoses for the dishwasher? Yeah, so previously I did a video, I cut out the side panel for the pipes for the dishwasher and have screwed all these cups back, screwed the bin back to the wall, and now we're ready to fit the sink. And let's get the 40.
Daddy, is this the bin?
Yep.
Oh, that's how you know.
Yeah. I wonder.
So what do you think, guys? What do you think, Maisie? The 40mm or the 32?
32!
The 32. I'm thinking the 32 as well. So
I can tell the difference. This one's out more wider here, and this one's like more thin.
I have to cut up some timber to raise the sink up. I'm going to go grab some
Copyright.
90 by 35 timber at the truck. Actually bring it from the other house.
I'm so glad you have the truck. Oh yeah, this is an F-250 4x4. 4x4. This is the.
I've just marked out the front apron with masking tape. So because it's not square, the front of the sink, you actually have to mark out and cut this infill. So it gives 838 at the bottom width and 822 at the top. Just marked out where the sinkhole has to go through the base cupboard. So this is the drain. I'll silicone that in on there and work out what size hole saw I have to drill through the base cupboard. Really happy with how that front piece came out. Alrighty, so I've dug around my hole saws and I've found a 90, I think it's a 92 mil hole saw. So I've just matched it up with the drain, with the waste of the sink. So I'll check the depth, so there should be enough room to allow me to put the nut of the S-trap through the base cupboard. So we're just going to set that up on an arbor and drill that through the base cupboard. So I've got the hole drilled. I'll just show you a view from inside the cupboard. As you can see, we've got the taps protruding through, the hole for the dishwasher, hoses, and the waste. This is the piece of the front trim cut up without this sink installed. Now we've got the hole in there, and as you can see, in behind the cupboard, there's nothing really affixing that front piece on. So I actually have the offcut of that fascia. I'm going to use it as a template. Like so. So chop that off with the circular saw. Because it's thinner at the top, the sink won't actually be able to drop in from the top. So this front fascia piece has to be put in once the sink's installed. So that's why I'm just cutting off these extra bits of timber to be able to fix them in from the side. So these screws are just holding that 9x35 in from the side. So that's acting, when the sink's filled with water, the reason why I've added these in is because it can be quite a fair bit of weight. Let's say the sink's full of water and also someone can be leaning on top of it. That can be a few hundred kilos. So I really wanted to make sure that the supports for this base cabinet were really strong. Just putting the waste in, I just set the rubber gasket in there, and the waste I'll probably get the plumber to just silicone that in place so it gives a bit more of a permanent seal rather than just the rubber. So as you can see, I've taken the plastic off. That's what the cupboards and doors will look like. So I just want to show, now that we've pulled the sink forward, it's pulled the waste into the center of that hole that we drilled. I think that should be ample room for the nut for that trap. Yeah, we got in there. Obviously we'll have the cistern taps underneath for the mixer, and I'm just going to drill another little hole up in behind the void in the base cabinet for the mixer hoses to come through. So they'll just come through the center, bridge off to the cold and the hot, and also bridge off to the dishwasher. Add the drain in for the trap. And yeah, super happy. The difference on that. And finish the top view of that sink. That's how far it sits out. Obviously it's not silicone on that join yet. Super happy with the install. It's really solid. That front fascia that goes in and around the sink was very important. Just in case anybody bumps it or anything like that, I wanted it really nice and solid. And obviously I wanted it nice and solid inside. So turned out super level. Really happy with how everything went. It's quite straightforward. Obviously a little bit more involved than just your standard sink, because you have to cut that fascia out and add in those extra supports. So in the instructions it actually mentions a support shelf. So if you were to have the shelf, I guess, all the way across the bottom, I've just added in those timbers. I think it was a lot easier. And yeah, that's how you install the Oliveri Farmhouse sink. Until next time.